Robert. Robert, how are you this morning, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Pretty good, actually. Now, tell us a little bit about this tour that you're going to be on here. You're making all sorts of different stops, and it's going to be a really cool deal.
Yeah, well, we're doing our summer touring, and going around and having a good time, making music, which is, what we love to do. And we're traveling as a quartet with Richard Cousins on bass, Dover Weinberg on the keyboards and organ, and Terrence Clark on drums, and myself.
Fantastic. We have got Robert Cray with us today. Joins us live here in the broadcast, and just amazing stuff going on at the Orpheum Theater in Wichita, Kansas very soon. Tickets on sale right now. And you have got a heck of a music history, my friend. Talk to us a little bit about some of the different awards. I know you've won a ton of Grammys. Talk to us a little bit about some of these things.
Well, not a ton, but we have 5. And the first of which was a collaboration with the late Johnny Copeland and the late Albert Collins on a record called Showdown. And then a couple with the Robert Cray Band after that for the Strong Persuader album, and one cut, I believe, on the Strong Persuader album. And then one for an instrumental with in tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. And then another with the Robert Cray Band for the album Take Your Shoes Off.
We have got a great guest with us today. Robert Cray joins us on the telephone. The American blues artist and the guitar legend is with us. He's won 5 Grammys, and he's going to be part of a big show at the Wichita Orpheum Theater in the month of August. He's going to be returning to the Orpheum August 31, and he joins us today here on our big program. Now, talk to me a little bit about the music scene and some of the different things that you've seen. Some of the changes over the last couple of years in the blues world.
Well, in the blues world, there's been a lot of changes since, we got started in it. Of course, a lot of our heroes are gone, and it's up to the new generations, including younger generations and myself, to get out here and start writing some new material for us all to listen to. I think that's a welcome. That's something that's very much needed, and I see a lot of people taking on that challenge, giving us something new to listen to.
We've got Robert Cray joining us today here in a broadcast. August 31, he's going to be returning to the Wichita Orpheum Theater. The Grammy winner joins us today on the telephone, talking a little bit about his music and upcoming performances. Now, in 2011, you were put into the Blues Hall of Fame. Talk to me about that honor, man.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's always nice to be... to feel like you belong.
Yeah.
and anything that helps us or myself to keep doing what I love doing is great. And to receive an honor like that for what we've been doing is a welcome plus. And so when I was inducted, it was, it's kind of nerve-wracking for me because I'm not a great speaker in public.
Yeah.
But it was a great honor, and there were a lot of great people there at the awards ceremony, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, I have to say.
We've got Robert Cray with us today. He joins us live here in the broadcast, and brand new, available on iTunes. Robert Cray has got a lot of good music out there right now. Robert Cray and the High Rhythm is available on iTunes today. Go check that out, or go to robertcray.com for more information. And you're going to be going on this incredible tour. You're going to be coming through the Wichita Orpheum in August, on August 31. You've played the Orpheum a ton of times, and you always get good response from the folks in Wichita. What do you think about the Wichita blues scene? Because they always come out and support your performances at the Orpheum.
And have for a long time.
Yes.
It's a great scene in the Wichita area, you know. Going back for us into the early 80s or maybe even the late 70s. I can't remember that far back. But it's been a long time, and we've gotten great support. And we always have a good time when we come through. And so, you know, we look forward to coming back and to churn up some good music for everybody and have a good time.
Now, you also are going to be playing some festivals this summer. You're going to be going out to the Eric Clapton Crossroads Guitar Festival. Talk to me a little bit about the difference between festivals and theaters, and as a musician, what that's like.
Well, you know, for a band like ours, we get the opportunity to play a bunch of different types of venues, whether it's a small club with beer at your feet, or, you know, the big outdoor shows like the Crossroads Festival that'll be happening in September. They all pose a different kind of challenge. Sound-wise, it's always better. I like it better in a theater.
Yeah.
Where we have a little bit more control over the sound. But, you know, a club is a different kind of groove. And it's always a challenge to play outdoors. I mean, I think that it's great to have all those different types of, challenges. And, you know, we try to meet all of them.
Robert Cray with us today here in a broadcast. In his 40 years, he and his band have recorded 20 studio releases, 15 of which have been on the Billboard charts, and played in bars, concert halls, festivals, arenas, all over the planet. And you can see him in Wichita, Kansas on August 31. And Robert Cray is going to be at the Orpheum Theater. The Grammy winner joins us today here on the telephone. Now, what do you make of all these different folks that are on YouTube and using social media to get music out there, or doing covers of famous musicians? What do you think about that with the music industry nowadays?
Well, I mean, the thing that I can say is that it's available.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't available when we first started off, you know. But then one thing that isn't available to a lot of young people starting out is the amount of venues to actually get out and perform in.
Yeah.
So in place of that, I guess, you know, the YouTube thing is where everybody goes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are online to watch a lot of those videos on YouTube. So if that's the way you have to go, that's the way you get it, you know.
That's fantastic. Well, I like the way you look at that, because there's a lot of musicians that are down on social media and down on YouTube and the way that people are getting their music and consuming their music and playing music and all these things. So that's cool that you know, you're encouraging folks to take advantage of this and play music and
well,
things.
I mean, it's like, I mean, that's basically where the only place you really have to go. It's a little bit different than for a band like ours in the early days, where we could, like, you know, hone our craft and, you know, in a club for, like, you know, 4 nights a week doing 3 sets a night, you know, for
Yeah.
a bunch of years, you know, and then, you know, going from city to city and playing clubs. That kind of lifestyle doesn't exist anymore, really, you know, for a lot of bands. Which is the best way, I think, for bands to get together and to get going, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if social media is all you got, I mean, that's what you have to use.
Now, you spotlighted a little bit of the musicians that are going to be going on this tour with you. Talk to me a little bit about some of the other folks that a lot of these musicians and these folks that are going with you that people might know or that people might not know.
You're talking about the members of the band?
Oh yeah. Just kind of spotlight some of them because people know Robert Cray and they know what you're capable of, but a lot of folks don't they see these guys and girls on stage, but just kind of give us an overall here.
Well, we're a quartet, and on the bass guitar is Richard Cousins, who he and I started the band in the early '70s, and Richard is our bass player. He's a great musician, And then we have Dover Weinberg, who's on keyboards, who rejoined the band in about, I think it was 2000 and where are we at now? He's been in the band for about 8 years.
Wow.
And but he had been in the band in the late 70s as well, so he's a returnee, like I mentioned. And then we have Terrence Clark, who has been in the band just over 2 years, who is a fantastic drummer. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. And so he's got that soul spirit in him, a lot of fire. And he's a great cooker. So that's our quartet.
That's awesome. Well, Robert is going to be playing live with this great group of musicians August 31 at the Orpheum Theater in Wichita, Kansas. The Grammy-winning blues guitarist comes back, and it's going to be part of his big tour. Well, I appreciate you being with us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting with us, Robert. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Have yourself a wonderful day, my friend. There he goes, Robert Cray. And we've got more coming up. Thanks for listening to us here on KJagRadio.com. Check out JiggyJaguar.com for more information.